Good morning, everyone. She's a little chilly this morning. It was 8 above when I got up, and now I think it's 14. I waited till 10 actually to come over this morning, just because it is supposed to warm up in the 20s today. But anyway, today I'm gonna get the cows ready, get their bedding ready, because we're gonna get some cold weather. It's on its way. So the first thing I'm doing, of course, I'm gonna feed cows. And after that, I got the payloader plugged in. I'm gonna start that when I go out with my second wagon load, let it warm up, and then I'm gonna push what I call the marbles around where the cows have been laying, where I haven't put a lot of bedding down this winter because we've had really nice weather, but I have put, some down, and they're laying all over the pasture where there's bare spots, and including the areas where I have put straw down. So them are the areas I'm going to push and get it cleaned up and level and put bedding down, because we're supposed to get, wind chills in the -20s degrees Fahrenheit, and the highs are only supposed to be like 0 during the day. So it's going to be cold for about a week the way it sounds. So we're going to get ready, and keep them warm. So first things first, feed cows. All right, so I got my scale set, and I was just going to show you this hole that the feed wagon is in. That hole's been there quite a few years. I dug that so the feed wagon is lower. It's just easier to get the feed into the wagon because it's fairly tall. And if there's any questions concerning my pets, hey Blue, with the cold weather, they do sleep in my garage on the house. I think we got it set at 55 degrees in there, and they have their own beds. So they're in every night. Usually by 6 they're in. They want to be in. But during the day they're out, and we have an insulated dog house. So they're fine. We take care of them. Well, now that the cows are all fed, we'll concentrate on what this video is really about, is bedding down our cows. Still got the calves and the bulls left to feed, but I won't go in the corral to feed them until I go in with the straw. Don't pay to go in there a bunch of times. I'll just go in there once, do everything at once. So let's get to the payloader. Well, I have the payloader backed out here now. It's been running 15 minutes and it's still really stiff. Somebody might ask, why am I starting 3 engines when I have the other tractor that I load the feed wagon with warmed up too? But the reason is real simple. These cow turds and everything I got to push is like concrete, and this payloader is made for that. I don't want to wreck a loader, pushing up everything I got to do with my newer tractors. I have this, and it's made for that, so that's what I'm going to use. When it gets cold, like it is going to get really cold coming up here, I won't even start the feeding tractor here with the feed wagon or this payloader. I'll just unroll bales, because the wind is supposed to blow and it's going to be really cold. I'm not going to put the cows out in the open in the wind. I'll just feed them behind the windbreak where I have bedding close by, and that's what I'll do, just the one tractor. But for all these marbles and hard ground and all this hard work that it's got to do that could damage, a loader tractor, I'm going to use this heavy machine. These loader arms are made for heavy lifting, heavy work, and that's why I'm doing it. So it's not every day that I start it. I guess I could answer another question that I can think of that somebody might ask, is why not just feed with this payloader and load this feed wagon and not start the other tractor? Well, it's because this has a lot of hydraulic oil, and it takes a long time to warm up, and that's the main reason. I just don't want to start this big equipment every day when I don't have to. And another reason, I could put it in my heated shop and it would warm up a lot faster, but I got chains on this payloader. I don't know if you watch my videos, you've seen where I put the chains on for traction, and I don't want to run, you know, I'm a mile away back and forth from where that other tractor is to where I feed the cows, and you don't want to run these chains up and down the road. They're not made for that either, so that's the second reason. There's a piece of wood here I gotta pick up, but you can kind of see on the ground here how smooth it is now. It's a lot better for them to lay down, and I'll put straw here. I still got more to do over here, but I seen a piece of wood here I'm gonna pick up. You don't need that in the manure pile when I haul it out next year, or I guess this year, 24, this fall. So, okay, keep pushing here. I noticed the cows, they lay by this bale stack here, it's straw. This does protect them from the northwest wind, and I noticed they lay here, so I did put a panel up here by this old machinery that's lined up. There's a truck there that I don't use, so I'm gonna clean this up too, and you know, put a little bedding here, give them another spot to lay. Well, I got another spot cleared off. Show you the little pile I got here, just nothing much, but right down there. No, nobody wants to lay on them hard manure piles. We gotta take care of our girls here, so they take care of us. So I'm driving up now to the main windbreak, what I call the main, because we call it actually the high windbreak. This 40 by 80 building here is on the west side, and the windbreak is on the north. And this is a really nice, there's a shelter belt on the behind that. This is a really nice spot. This is where most of them will go, and where I do my feeding when it's terribly ugly weather, because they have a water fountain right here. Back up here so you can see it. So they don't have to go very far for water and food and bedding. It'll all be here when we get some nasty weather, which is coming up. So I'm going to clean this up, make it so it's nice and smooth, and then bed it down, and then we'll have 3 spots for them to go. Man, these frozen cow turds, they're hard on equipment. I can't imagine doing this with the tractor loader. That would be way too hard on it. That's why I'm using this payloader. It's just, it's made for heavy work. Even for this, it's hard on the pins. Well, I finished the 3rd spot for the cattle, or for the cows. Got her all smoothened out. I had to stop. Been at it a while, so I had to stop and use the outdoor restroom. One by the payloader tire. But anyway, I got it all pushed over there out of this area. So now I guess I'll work on the calves and the bulls, kind of look them over, get that ready to go, and then we can finally get in the other tractor and put some bedding down. Well, I figured I'm coming in with the hay loader. I might as well bring some hay in because I want to give the calves some silage too when I come in with the straw. They're all running and bucking now, but most of these calves in here are my replacement heifers. You know, there is a lot of smaller ones, you know, that I kept back that we didn't sell that we're trying to feed up a little. Smaller heifers and steers, but you know, the nicer calves, the bigger ones that you see in there are our replacement heifers. They're going to be our, you know, new mama cows for this place. So I'll just feed the calves here some hay, and then I'll continue pushing up manure, and then I'll go to the straw. Well, I got the heifer spot where my calves are, and I had a pile here that was frozen, and I don't know why I did that and didn't move it up to where I normally put the manure, but there's another reason why a payloader is a cat's meow. Finally got to the last corral I need to push up. I did throw a bale in for these boys too. This is their first winter that they're in this spot, and they won't stay here. They're gonna get moved when we start calving, but or before even that then. But this is a pretty nice area. Mitchell and I did this last year, included this into the corral. This was never part of the corral. We put this windbreak in, added a water hydrant, or a fountain I should say, and made it more useful. You know, these bulls, you got a lot of money invested in them, and it's very important that they don't freeze their, you know, their sack, because they're the ones that give us our calves. So we got to keep them in nice shape as well. So this spot isn't as bad, so I'll just lightly go over the top and clear off the big cow turds, and lightly and is one thing, but with a payloader it might not be so light, but clean it up for them and bed them down. Boy, I'm glad that's over with. So I got that area done over there, and I cleaned up around the bale feeder. So hopefully this video isn't getting too long. Been at this a long time. It seems like I've been doing a lot of videoing, but I'll have to edit some of it out. But we're gonna jump in the other tractor and hook up the bale processor and put all this away first, so that'll be next. Okay, just got to get the jack yet. I can't forget that. Well, the first thing we got to do here, shut the radio off, and I got to get to the straw bales. This will be the first time I'm grabbing straw bales out of this stack, if you can believe it. It's January 9th, and I mean, I did feed a little, I fed straw, but I mean, I did bed them down a little bit too, off a different stack, but this is the main one, and it's a good feeling to not have to burn through so much straw this winter. Okay, so I got backed into this high windbreak, that's what we call it, and I'm gonna start this area first because the cows are basically done eating, and and they're coming back, and I don't want them to go in my hay fence where I got the straw. I don't want to have to open and close the gate all the time. So here we go. We'll start with this. Cows are coming back for water and also pretty nosy on what I'm doing. I got that area done. You'll be happy tonight. It's so soft, even I could lay in it. Well, that should do it for here. There. Cows are done. Now we got to do the calves. Well, I just finished the bedding for the calves. I gave them some corn silage. They're up on them feed bunks eating. So their bed is made, and next is the bull corral, and I think we got her done finally. Well, I put fresh bedding down for the bulls, and that is it. I got everything bedded down now for the cold weather that's coming up. So all I got to do now is unhook this thing and go home and eat. It's 4:30. I started this at 10 in the morning, so I suppose I'll go home and make supper. These guys don't even know I got their bed, but I got a little bit of straw left inside. I'm gonna blow some out on the ground by the cows and grab it with the tractor and put it in the doghouse for the dogs, so they'll be warm too during the day when they're out if they want to go in there. There is straw in there, but I'm just going to put a little more in. All right, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see ya. Is that good? Is that to your liking? Yeah.